Hi everybody, this is Penguin Trades. I am looking at the ES here. So here's what we've got. Let me just zoom out even more. So this uptrend here has a break and these two pushes up to a new high. And then these are our two major attempts to reverse right here. Also two attempts to fade the overnight high. And so basically this downtrend, it's basically a double top right there. So this downtrend has a break and a push to a new low, and now we're getting a sharp reversal back in. And I initially missed this right here. I was out of the room. And luckily I was able to get in on this pullback. It is pulling back a little more than I'd like to see, but either way. So price pushed up here after this downtrend played out. Again, two major attempts to fade, two major attempts to reverse after these two legs to a new high, and I am looking to basically get in on this, continue moving higher here after this trend play out, because price is fading this range right here, and by the way, it closed back out, basically rejecting the overnight highs, and so that's what we're buying here, going 1-to-1. Let me just put my order exactly on there. And yeah, so just got filled on the pullback with the limit order. Wanted to just, I got in a little earlier than I needed to just because, I thought I might as well because it was already having a strong pullback. And then, it was like right here. I put in the limit order a few ticks below. And yeah, so just wanted to explain that, making this higher low right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut the mic and let this trade play out for y'all to enjoy. And I'll see y'all later. Alright, and we're out of that. So price just made this two-legged move up. Notice the downtrend played out with a break, pushed to a new low. You can see it's actually a two-legged break, new low, and then a two-legged reversal fading this range. And yeah, so that's our trade here. And I'm going to go over these two real quick here. So basically what we've got, let me just zoom out all the way. So yesterday, price made this new low. There was a huge drop in the overnight, and then price had a sharp reversal. We overshot, reversed, pushed on higher, and we got this leg up, break, and then we started making the second leg up, which pushed into, the overnight session from today. And when price pushed up, it met this high and then just had a sharp reversal off of it. So we made this double top. Basically price is starting to stall on moving higher because after that push up, if you cap out at this double top right here, that's a resistance zone, and price is unable to get past that level. You can see it's kind of going into a range. It's looking a bit sideways here. And so when price starts pushing lower here, we get a sharp push down. This is a good place for a failed second entry. Now, I started trading at 8 Central Time, which is this area right here, just as we were, just right before we started pushing down there. And so we had to push down, break this chop area right here. You can draw those highs and lows, and you can clearly see that price broke out, faded in, retested that level there, retested that level up here, and then pushed on lower. And so right here, price has formed a failed second entry. From this high, we have first entry long, second entry long, and then failure. So this right here, great bearish reaction. It's closing out of this trend line right here. I mean, if you extended it here, it actually is closing in, but price had barely just pierced through and pushed up with a closeout, so I wasn't gonna, be extending it that quickly. And so basically what we've got is a failed second entry coming off of this huge double top that stemmed from yesterday. Great bearish reaction. It's the third trend line bounce right here, and we do have to push it a little out of these lows right here, which I don't really mind because we've already pierced out before, and in this case here we have a good setup to go short. And so I don't mind pushing it through that level right here, especially when we have the overnight low in play, which often act as magnets. And just stuff worth thinking about. This measured move was in play. Notice that we have a downtrend break, first attempt lower, and this was the entry on the second attempt lower. And right at that measured move, price pushed on through, but we retested that level because the measured move level was right at the overnight low. So when price pushed through, we got a retest, but that doesn't mean that we can go short here. We want to see a two-legged retest. It would have been nice to see price push out further, although in this case here that would end up meeting this measured move here. But if we push out further, then we'd have more room for two clear attempts on a retest. And if price had reached this measured move here, then we could still get short after two attempts to retest, but we would want to see a much clearer one with a better reaction, because when price meets a measured move, it's common to see a strong reversal. So, I just wanted to explain that. For instance, in some situations, you could go short directly on a measured move on a retest, but you wouldn't want to do that if we had just gotten, if this measured move has been met, because we can expect a stronger reversal. So we would want to see confirmation rather than shorting on a measured move. So, just wanted to explain that, for example. And so we push on lower here, price pushes through that measured move. You can see we clearly get a reaction to it, but not a perfect one. Pushes through, chops up, chops down, kind of makes this higher low holding on top, but it's right into this trend line here, so we can't take it. And then price just fades back in. We get a strong push up. So this downtrend has a break. When a downtrend has a break, we can expect price to attempt a new low. And what I would like to see in this area here, considering the downtrend as a break, I would just want to see two attempts pushing down to the overnight low. That way, not only do we have our two attempts at a new low, we also have a failed second entry making two legs down, retesting the overnight low, which is a key level. And if it's set up like that, then it would have confluence with the push up and the push down. So just to explain what I mean by that, if we get push up and then a couple legs down, then what I mean when I say we'll have confluence is this downtrend has a break, two attempts at a new low, which means we can look to get long on a failure. And on the other side of the count, this uptrend has a two-legged break, and we can expect price to attempt a new high at the same time as entering on the failure for the downtrend. So that's what I mean by having confluence, and of course testing that overnight low level would be great as well. And in this case here, price just pushes up. It'd be great to see that in this area, but as you can see, price just takes off without us here, and then makes this correction, pushing below the EMA, and then it does close back above here, but considering it's just a first entry that got below the EMA, I would not want to go long when it closes back above here. It's not off of any support either. And just to address this, because I know someone might ask about it, first entry long, second entry long, isn't that a second entry? Well, yeah, technically to the tick it is, but to me, I like to look at price action on a bigger picture, and this is clearly just one leg down on a bigger picture. I could draw that whole move down in one channel. So if I can draw it all in one channel like that, then it's one leg. So we push on up here. This uptrend now has a break and a new high. It is considered played out at this point, and we are likely to get a reversal attempt. And so you can see price does make a reversal attempt technically, only with this very tiny move down, but for some reason the bulls just came in, and then we make a sharp push higher, clearly making a two-legged move up. So basically from here, two-legged move up, breaking out of the overnight high. On an even bigger picture, it's still one leg up, as you can see, like I was talking about earlier. This uptrend has a break. We have our first attempt higher and then our second attempt higher. This whole push up here is the second attempt higher on a bigger picture. And so when price pushes up here, this uptrend is played out. This is now a reversal area because we've broken the overnight high, which is already a reason to expect a reversal, and the uptrend has played out. So that's another reason. So there's many reasons to start thinking, okay, price might really attempt to start reversing here and fading the overnight high. So in order to buy a breakout, you don't want to just buy the overnight breakouts when you're seeing these green bars pushing out. You want to wait on 2 fade attempts. That way you can get in on a fade failure. So when price pushes out here, we get our first attempt lower and then our second attempt lower. So we could get 2 clean legs down to the overnight high with only the second leg touching the overnight high for a good retest. In this case here, we get a decent enough correction that even though price had already met the price had already met the overnight high, after that first leg down, it had a good enough correction that we got a second leg, and it's still clearly giving us our 2 attempts to fade with a good push out. Now in this case here, we had this trend line working down, so I didn't want to just buy it right out here because it was, pretty clear there going into this trend. I just wanted to see another swing hold above, because this swing right here, it didn't hold off of anything. It had already faded back into the overnight high at this point, and this measured move, the smaller one, was still in play. So that is why I wanted to see another swing and was not willing to just buy right here when it closed out of that trend line. So anyway, when price pushes back up here and holds, now we have our downtrend break, first attempt lower, second attempt lower, with a clear hold above the overnight high, hold above the EMA, and I did use a slight limit order in this case here just because this measured move was in play, and considering it was pushing out of this resistance right here, I just wanted to play it safe. And so, just a slight limit order. It was still pushing it above that measured move a little bit, but just wanted to, not quite push it that far out. So used a slight limit order, and price pushes up, makes that second leg up. It would have, worked anyway, even on a stop entry, but just wanting to keep that target around that measured move. Price pushes up, we get this reversal attempt. So notice here, after that 2-legged retest of the overnight high, price made 2 attempts up, and then after that second leg up, price made another reversal attempt. And then, you can see here, there's this trend line slowly working up here. We got a slight pierce through there, and then we can extend it there, see how it holds. We get another small reaction there, but it's just a first entry. And so basically, you can see these 2 legs on a bigger picture, it's just one leg. From that 2-legged retest, or basically the 2 attempts to fade, price pushes up, we get 2 legs pushing back out of the overnight high, and just narrowly missing this right here, because this measured move was met. I don't know if I mentioned that on this 2 legs up here, there was an active measured move, of course, and it was met perfectly to the tick before pushing down here. And that's also another reason that we really want to see 2 attempts. And like I said, the measured move was not met, and that's why I waited on that higher low. And another reason that we really want to see that is because of this measured move being met, and these lead to reversals. So just keep that in mind as well. So when price pushes up here, like I said, it was kind of holding on this trend line, and that also made it, this range a lot clearer when it made this double top right there. So we push on lower, and then we can see that we have this 2-legged move down here as well. And so what we've got is a 2-legged move down, bigger picture, price is fading back in. However, it is finding resistance at this measured move here. So at first it goes a little bit choppy sideways. This is clearly its own trend. It's, kind of iffy whether it's a complete double top or not, whether or not it should be counted as a 2-legged move or whether it should be counted as a reset, such as like a uptrend break, new high, and then a full-on brand new trend from here. In this case, it was just a bit hard to tell, especially because it had, the channel was fitting very well. And so basically, I didn't want to just immediately buy it right here. Now, if I had, I would have gotten out before this level right here, so this would have worked, but, it just seemed a bit risky buying it like that, so I just wanted to wait on more confirmation. And so what we got is a break, excuse me, we got a break, first attempt lower, and then after that first attempt lower, it just shot up and made, a new high, which at that point makes it a two-legged break. So downtrend, two-legged break, and then a very clear push to a new low. So this downtrend played out. The bears were pushing down very strong, looking to play out this trend. However, once price met this measured move again, it immediately started pushing higher, indicating that, the bulls are still winning out overall, even though this reversal area, we're in this reversal area after those two legs down, the bulls are still winning out. And so when price pushes up here, I already showed this at the beginning. The trade is in this video, of course. And yeah, then that trade happened. So the downtrend played out, rushed back above here, looking to basically ride it to the other side of this range. As you all know, I got in late here. I was out of the room as it triggered here, and I got in on this correction. And when when price corrected, pushed down more than I wanted it to, but every now and then that just happens. And we got to push up, second leg up here to the other side, and in this case here, we are just pushing right out of that major measured move again. So, or not again, for the first time. So we're pushing on up here. One thing that we could easily get soon is a couple legs down testing this level, because when price pushes through a measured move level and it doesn't reverse off of it, then that's telling you that side is winning out. In this case, the bulls. The bulls are winning out because after, price met this measured move, clearly that was not enough to get the market to reverse. It had a couple attempts, and now we're just pushing on through. And so if we can get two legs down retesting it, that can give us a great long opportunity to continue up with the overall trend that's forming. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I really hope it helped out. So I'm just going to end it here. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.